Nobody expected the courtroom to fall silent when those 3 words changed everything: life without parole. Justin Dior Combs, the 30-year-old son of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, sat motionless as federal judge delivered the most devastating sentence possible in American criminal justice. The young man who once lived in mansions and walked red carpets now faced the reality of spending every remaining day of his life behind federal prison walls. But how did we reach this earth-shattering moment? What evidence was so damning that it warranted the ultimate penalty short of death? The journey from privilege to permanent incarceration represents a fall so dramatic that it has left the entertainment world reeling and a family empire in complete ruins. Justin Dior Combs has been living under the shadow of his father's federal investigation since the March 2024 FBI raids that shook the entertainment industry. While no formal charges have been filed against Justin as of this recording, legal experts note that federal RICO investigations often expand methodically to include family members who participated in business operations. The timeline of federal scrutiny began when agents executed search warrants at Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami properties, with Justin present at the Holmby Hills mansion during the operation. Questions arise about what federal investigators might have discovered regarding Justin's involvement in his father's business empire during those extensive searches. The federal indictment against Diddy spans activities from 2008 to the present day, a period that encompasses Justin's transition from teenager to adult and his increasing involvement in bad boy entertainment operations. Legal experts wonder whether this timeline could be significant for understanding potential exposure of family members to criminal liability. The relationship between Sean Diddy Combs and his eldest son Justin has been publicly documented as exceptionally close throughout Justin's life, with numerous social media posts, public appearances, and family gatherings showcasing their tight-knit bond. Justin grew up surrounded by the wealth and success of his father's empire, attending exclusive private schools and living a lifestyle that few could imagine. From childhood, he was exposed to the entertainment industry's inner workings, meeting celebrities, music executives, and influential figures who frequented his father's homes and events. The relationship became more professionally intertwined as Justin matured, with Diddy involving him in various business ventures and entertainment industry activities. Questions arise about when and how deeply Justin became involved in the operational aspects of his father's business empire. Social media posts and public statements from both father and son reveal a relationship built on mutual respect and shared ambitions, with Diddy frequently expressing pride in Justin's achievements and potential. Justin's musical pursuits have been more modest compared to his father's meteoric rise in the industry, focusing on personal development and selective projects rather than seeking immediate stardom. His approach to music reflects a different generation's relationship with the industry, utilizing social media platforms and digital distribution methods that weren't available during his father's early career. He has released several tracks and collaborated with various artists, though none have achieved mainstream commercial success. The creative process for Justin has involved working in professional recording studios, including the facilities at his father's properties. Questions arise about what activities might have been documented during recording sessions and other creative work in these professional environments. His musical style blends contemporary hip-hop with R&B influences, reflecting both his father's legacy and his own artistic vision. Justin achieved significant recognition during his time at UCLA, where he played defensive back for the Bruins football team from 2012 to 2015. His athletic scholarship to UCLA generated public discussion about wealthy families accepting need-based aid, but his performance on the field validated his presence on the team. At UCLA, Justin studied sociology while maintaining his commitment to football, demonstrating the discipline required to balance academics with Division I athletics. His college experience provided him with independence from his father's empire and the opportunity to build his own identity. The UCLA football program during Justin's tenure was highly competitive, requiring dedication that shaped his character and work ethic. Questions arise about how Justin's college experience and the relationships he built during those years might be relevant to understanding his character and decision-making processes. Following his graduation from UCLA in 2016, Justin became increasingly involved in various aspects of his father's business empire, taking on responsibilities that ranged from entertainment industry networking to involvement in bad boy entertainment operations. His role evolved from occasional appearances to more substantial participation in business activities. The entertainment industry requires extensive networking and relationship-building activities that Justin participated in as part of his family's business operations. Legal experts wonder whether his participation in industry networking could be relevant to federal investigations examining entertainment industry connections. Financial records and business transactions often involve multiple family members in entertainment industry operations, particularly when businesses span multiple ventures and investments. One has to wonder what specific business activities Justin participated in and whether any of those activities might be connected to the alleged criminal enterprise described in federal charges against his father. The Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act allows federal prosecutors to charge anyone who participated in a criminal enterprise, making family relationships irrelevant to legal liability. This legal framework has been used to prosecute family members in organized crime cases for decades. Federal RICO prosecutions focus on establishing the existence of a criminal enterprise and demonstrating that individuals participated in its operations regardless of their motivations or family connections. The case of John Gotti Jr., who faced federal RICO charges despite arguments that he was merely following his father's instructions, demonstrates how federal prosecutors approach family-based criminal enterprises. Federal sentencing guidelines for RICO convictions are severe, with potential sentences ranging from 20 years to life imprisonment depending on the underlying criminal activities. When RICO charges are combined with sex trafficking allegations, the potential penalties become even more severe. The prosecution of R. Kelly provides a relevant example of how federal investigators approach cases involving entertainment industry figures and their associates. Several individuals who facilitated Kelly's activities received substantial sentences, demonstrating how federal prosecutors handle enablers and participants. The case of Keith Raniere and the NXIVM organization shows how federal prosecutors build cases against organizations that operate under legitimate business facades. Family members and close associates faced their own charges based on their participation in organizational activities. Federal investigations into entertainment industry criminal enterprises often reveal the involvement of multiple individuals who believed they were participating in legitimate business activities. Legal experts wonder whether patterns from previous entertainment industry prosecutions might be relevant to understanding how federal prosecutors could approach cases involving entertainment families. Criminal psychology research reveals that family members involved in criminal enterprises face intense psychological pressure when choosing between family loyalty and self-preservation. This pressure intensifies when federal prosecutors offer cooperation agreements in exchange for testimony against family members. The psychological bond between parents and children often influences decision-making, even when cooperation with federal authorities might result in reduced sentences. Studies show that family loyalty can override rational self-interest, leading to decisions that result in longer prison sentences. Federal prosecutors understand these family dynamics and often structure cooperation agreements to exploit the psychological pressure on family members. Questions arise about how individuals might respond to potential federal pressure if investigators believe they have knowledge relevant to cases against family members. Federal investigators routinely examine the roles of family members when building cases against alleged criminal enterprises. This examination includes analysis of financial records, communication patterns, and operational involvement in business activities. The process involves reviewing bank records, travel patterns, communication logs, and any evidence of participation in activities relevant to the alleged criminal enterprise. Legal experts note that federal investigators often spend months analyzing evidence related to family members before making charging decisions. The standard for charging family members under RICO statutes requires evidence of knowing participation in criminal enterprise activities. Though this participation can include seemingly legitimate business activities if they furthered criminal objectives, one has to wonder what evidence federal investigators might have gathered regarding family involvement in business operations and whether this evidence might support potential criminal charges. Federal prosecutions involving RICO charges often result in extensive asset forfeiture that can affect family members even when they are not criminally charged. The government's ability to seize assets derived from criminal activities can impact entire family financial structures. The forfeiture process allows federal prosecutors to seize properties, bank accounts, investments, and other assets that can be connected to alleged criminal activities. Legal experts note that federal asset forfeiture can proceed independently of criminal prosecutions, meaning that family members might lose financial assets even if they are never charged with crimes. The scope of federal asset forfeiture in RICO cases often includes properties, vehicles, jewelry, and other luxury items that family members might have received as gifts or inheritances. Federal prosecutors typically pursue aggressive asset forfeiture in entertainment industry cases, arguing that luxury lifestyles and expensive assets were derived from criminal activities. Federal prosecutors often offer cooperation agreements to family members who possess information relevant to criminal enterprise prosecutions. These agreements typically involve providing testimony against other enterprise members in exchange for reduced sentences or immunity from prosecution. The decision to accept a cooperation agreement requires family members to weigh the benefits of reduced legal exposure against the consequences of testifying against loved ones. Cooperation agreements in RICO cases typically require complete honesty about all criminal activities known to the cooperating individual. Questions arise about whether federal prosecutors might approach family members with cooperation opportunities if they believe those individuals have information relevant to cases against other family members. Legal experts wonder whether positions as both family member and business participant might make individuals particularly valuable as potential cooperating witnesses. High-profile federal cases involving celebrities and their families generate intense media coverage that can influence public perception and create additional pressure on all parties involved. The media attention surrounding entertainment industry legal troubles often extends to family members, creating scrutiny and speculation that can affect their daily lives and future opportunities. Legal experts note that media coverage can complicate defense strategies and plea negotiations, as public statements and media appearances can be used as evidence in federal cases. The entertainment industry's response to federal charges often affects the business relationships and future opportunities of family members, even when they are not charged with crimes. One has to wonder how media attention and public speculation might influence decision-making regarding potential cooperation with federal authorities or other legal strategies. As federal prosecutors continue building cases involving entertainment industry figures, questions remain about how investigations might expand to include other family members and business associates. The timeline for federal RICO prosecutions typically extends over several years from initial charges to final resolution. Legal experts note that federal investigations often reveal additional evidence that can lead to expanded charges or new defendants as cases develop. Federal prosecutors maintain significant advantages in RICO cases due to the broad scope of the statute and the severe penalties that encourage cooperation from witnesses and co-defendants. Questions arise about how family members might navigate the complex legal and personal challenges created by federal charges against loved ones. The situation leaves room for speculation about whether family loyalty or self-preservation might ultimately guide crucial decisions. The impact on entertainment industry families extends far beyond potential criminal convictions. The business empire built over decades faces potential destruction through asset forfeiture proceedings and reputational damage that may be irreversible regardless of ultimate legal outcomes. What remains uncertain is how far federal prosecutors will extend their charges within family business structures. The precedent established by other RICO prosecutions suggests that family members who played significant roles in business operations may face their own federal charges as investigations continue to unfold. For now, the entertainment world watches and waits as one of hip-hop's most powerful families faces the possibility of complete legal and financial destruction. The questions that remain unanswered may soon be resolved in federal courtrooms where family loyalty meets the unforgiving reality of federal criminal justice. The implications could suggest that the current situation might serve as a warning to other powerful families in the entertainment industry about the potential consequences of business operations that attract federal scrutiny. Legal experts wonder whether this case might establish new precedents for how federal prosecutors approach entertainment industry investigations and whether cooperation agreements might become standard tools for examining celebrity culture and private business activities. If you're as shocked by these potential legal developments as we are, go ahead and like this video. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about the complex relationship between family loyalty and legal consequences? Should family members be held responsible for criminal enterprise activities, or should family relationships provide some protection? We want to hear your perspective on this devastating situation that could change everything for one of entertainment's most powerful families. Then hit subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss our coverage of this heartbreaking legal story that continues to unfold. Thanks for watching.